Welcome friends, welcome to Sunday Morning and the Old Cookbook Show. Today we're going to do a recipe out of this book sent in by a viewer. Thank you very much for sending this to us. It is the 1912 edition called A New Book of Cookery by Fannie Farmer. Now all of the Fannie Farmer cookbooks are just known as the Fannie Farmer Cookbook, even though each printing had a different name and had a different assortment of recipes. They're all quite interesting and they're all a snapshot of the time period. Today we're going to do something called the Littleton Spider Corn Cake. So we start out with cornmeal, and I'm going to put that in a bowl along with some flour, and I'm just going to beat that together just to see if I can get the cornmeal and the flour mixed together nicely instead of sifting. And that looks pretty good. Next up, it calls for sour milk and sweet milk. So I'm going to put in a cup of sweet milk, which is just regular plain old milk. There we go, 1 cup. Next it asks for sour milk, and so I'm going to use 1 cup of buttermilk, which is essentially the same as sour milk in this time period. To that I'm going to add sugar, salt, 2 eggs, and the soda. And I'm going to whisk that together, mix it up really good. Now the recipe tells me to heat an iron frying pan. It doesn't say how hot, so I've got a cast iron frying pan over here sort of on medium heat, and I'm going to melt in this bit of butter. And you're melting the butter in just to coat the bottom and probably the sides a little bit. So there we go. So while the butter melts, I'm going to mix the wet into the dry. I had expected the mixture to be a little bit thicker than it is. So now we're supposed to pour it into the cast iron frying pan. And then pour over another cup of milk. Interesting. I don't know where this is going. Kind of really strange. I had expected, because I knew that I was pouring the milk over top, I had expected the cornmeal batter to be a lot thicker so that the milk might stay on top into a spider pattern based on the name. This now goes into a hot oven and bakes until done. Hey Jules.
Hey Glenn, hey friends. Ooh, that looks pretty good.
Okay, so this is called, what is this called? Littleton Spider Corn Cake.
Corn cake. It's got like a 2-layer thing going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. So you mixed some of the milk in with the batter, poured into the pan, and then pour some more milk over top. I was expecting something different, but since I've never experienced it before, who knows?
So the cornbread's classic cornbread, nice and moist. That upper layer is,
It's almost like custard.
it's kind of a quirky, or an icing, it's definitely a different texture. It's the same kind of flavor though.
Yeah,
So it's I wonder if that just prevents it from burning.
I don't know. Is that right? Is this the way does anyone make this? I've never heard of a Littleton
Corn.
Spider Corn Cake.
Yeah.
Is this something that you and your family make? Did we do it right?
I mean, it's got all the wonderful flavors of cornbread. It's got the corn texture at the bottom, but that's that top layer. I have no idea. Am I okay with it? Yes.
So it's not dry. It's not sweet.
No.
It's not savory.
It's cornbread.
It's just cornbread.
Yeah, it's not super buttery. The way some cornbreads can be.
No, the only butter is in the pan.
Oh, yeah, because some are super buttery.
Super buttery.
And then
yeah.
other people bake them till they're dry.
Yeah. So growing up, cornbread was not something that made an appearance in our household very often, or my grandparents' household.
Tea biscuits were really more the...
Yeah, a tea biscuit or a scone was what we had.
But I do like corn biscuits. I do like cornbread.
So I like this. Tell us how you make it, if you make it, if your family makes it, if your grandmother made it.
If you have some insight about what we perhaps did wrong.
Yeah, or did we do it correctly? Because there's 4 or 5 other cornbread recipes in here, and some of them specify white corn, some of them don't specify whether you're using white or yellow. Anyway, I think now that we're into barbecue season, I'm going to play around with some more cornbreads, more on the savory side, I think. So, thanks for stopping by. Stay safe. See you again soon.